You've probably wondered why certain patterns keep repeating in your life, the same kind of people showing up, the same dynamics playing out, the same disappointments arriving in different packaging, and at some point you start asking, is it them? Is it me? Is it just bad luck? It's none of those things. What you attract is almost always a direct reflection of where you are with yourself. And the moment you shift that, genuinely, not just on the surface, what comes into your life shifts with it. Here are 4 things that will change what you attract. Do them seriously and watch what changes. 1. Create more than you consume. There is a version of you that spends most of its time absorbing, scrolling, watching, comparing, consuming what other people are building, while yours stays exactly where it is. And there is a version of you that makes things, that puts energy into the world instead of just taking it in, that builds, creates, contributes, and in doing so, develops a relationship with itself that passive consumption never could. When you create, you attract people who are also building something. 2. Heal the parts of you that once settled for less. This one takes honesty, because settling rarely announces itself. It creeps in quietly, as tolerance, as patience, as not wanting to seem difficult. And before long, you've accepted things that were never acceptable, and called it being easygoing. The parts of you that settled didn't do it randomly. They did it because at some point, less felt like enough, because you hadn't yet learned that you were allowed to want more. Healing those parts doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with seeing them clearly and refusing to let them make decisions for you anymore. 3. Make decisions based on your future, not your past. Your past is information. It is not instruction. Too many people make present decisions from a past tense version of themselves, choosing what the wounded version would choose, accepting what the uncertain version would accept, staying where the smaller version felt safe. But you are not who you were, and every decision you make from your future self, from the person you're actively becoming, is a vote for that version of you over the one that kept you stuck. 4. Recognize the difference between self-care and self-sabotage. This one is subtle, because self-sabotage has learned to dress itself up as self-care, skipping the thing that would grow you because you're tired. Sometimes that's self-care. Often it's self-sabotage wearing comfortable clothes, staying in a situation that's familiar but draining. Sometimes that's patience. Often it's avoidance that's been renamed. This is the one that quietly underlies all the others, because every time you make a promise to yourself and break it, every time you say you'll start and don't, you'll stop and don't, you'll change and don't, you send yourself a message that your word doesn't mean anything, that you can't be trusted, that the gap between who you say you are and who you actually are is wide and growing, and what you attract will reflect that gap, always. But every time you follow through, even on something small, even when nobody is watching, you close it. You become someone whose word means something, someone who trusts themselves, and people who trust themselves attract something completely different from people who don't. Follow through on one promise today, and then another, and watch who and what starts showing up differently. Drop a comment and tell me, which one of these do you need to work on most right now? See you in the next one.